So, you've just turned 18. Periods! Side note, if you get any earlier than that, you should seek immediate medical attention. I'm a man, so I would know. Now, periods are actually extremely curable and easy to deal with, so I'm going to give you some tips and suggestions on how you can deal with your very own period. I think a good place to start is by firstly understanding periods. Periods are a punishment from the devil to punish a sinner for their sexual thoughts and urges. This affects men too, in different ways, like sperm cramps and kidney stones. The way periods operate is by converting your sinful thoughts into blood and pain, then forcing them out of your vagina, aka the sin hole. This is of course preventable through some pretty simple and easy to do steps. Option 1. You can convert to Mormonism. Mormonism exclusively practices not having sex and farming or something. The only usage of that awful, awful act is solely for procreation. You'll have to dedicate yourself to this fantastic uncult-like lifestyle where you shall be granted 11 beautiful baby boys and girls. This should immediately cure your periods, for your undying faith in the almighty Lord Jesus Christ will shut down your sinful thoughts, no longer having a reason to shed your shameful desires from your body. Option 2. This one is very simple and easy. You'll want to cut off your lower half as to remove the opportunity for sin. There is only one confirmed method for this actually working. This method is to find a real-life jigsaw and get into one of his traps. This should be pretty easy, considering you're already having evil thoughts, and he will probably come through your window like Santa Claus and take you into his jigsaw bag. This method, however, isn't 100% bulletproof though, because he may just give you some lame trap like cutting your leg off or setting yourself on fire. Option 3. This one is a bit more complicated, but is extremely easy and simple. What you'll want to do is get a fishing rod. Now, you'll need a partner for this. I suggest getting someone who you can trust with this and you are extremely close to. Like your mailman or your gay best friend who keeps hitting on you and doesn't really seem that gay until you realize it's just a butch lesbian and you thought she was just a 15-year-old boy this whole time. I recommend to watch closely for these people because you just never know. So what you'll need to do is get a fishing rod and individually fish out the sinful thoughts. This is completely painless. All you'll need to do is shove it into the sin hole at around hand to shoulder length for each. You must be careful to avoid the teeth that each vagina has. There are also little critters in there that may try to suck you in and make you watch Family Guy reruns for the rest of time. Truly a brutal punishment. So be very careful of how you go about this. But this method is simple, easy, and harmless. Option 4. So for this one, you're going to want to get pregnant. Now, if you're a teenager, I would recommend getting with some rich guy. Now, this will also work if you're an adult, but I think the idea is probably easier to execute if you're younger. Getting with someone rich isn't necessarily meaning millions either. You can just get with someone who's like, got kind of a promising future. Like inheritance of a well-off business. Like shop owner or a chain of something. At the very least, even if your victim doesn't decide to stay with you, you're able to bleed him out for financial benefits for at least 18 years, which is nice. This strategy may rely on you being physically attractive, which isn't always guaranteed, but you may be able to fake it well. Option 5. Menopause. Menopause happens when you age out of the sinful thoughts because you realize you are no longer physically attractive and no man will ever want you because you have wrinkles and a looser sin hole. This is a thing that happens to all women, because the only thing that matters in any relationship is the physical attractiveness of a woman. All men know this and agree upon it because it is the correct way of thinking and not shallow in the slightest. Option 6. Get drunk to forget. Luckily, alcohol is extremely effective in any way. For example, my mother drank heavily when she had me, and after the doctors were able to resuscitate me, I became the genius you see before you. Another benefit of excessive binge drinking is that it's completely non-addictive and harmless on your body, so you'll be able to drink as much as you want without any mental or physical repercussions. Option 7. Human microwave. This one is a little complicated, but ultimately completely safe and harmless to your body. All you'll want to do is find a giant human-sized microwave. I'd recommend building your own if you can. If you aren't able to assemble such a technological marvel, then you can always just stack microwaves on top of each other and let them run with the door open. Hopefully this video was helpful to you in figuring out how to cure those blasted periods and their awful, shameful implications. However, if you've tried each of these methods, then you are very clearly beyond saving and will die alone in a shallow grave before being sucked away to be brutally tortured by the Dark Lord Satan in unimaginable horrible ways for the rest of eternity.
All women are evil. They're so fucking evil. But I'm a church.